Good morning, I'm Caroline Mueller. We are inching up on that 6:30 mark, and today's date is February 18th. Let's check in with meteorologist Ben Beddoes for a look at your forecast this morning. Ben, it feels like the weather has been all over the place these past few days. What is it looking like now?
Well, it's going to be a winter-like feel for today. It's going to be a cold day, but calm at least during the daytime. We are looking at a winter storm that looks to impact our area tonight and Wednesday. Current temperatures out there right now, we're generally sitting into the 20s, 21 in Moorhead, 22 in Jackson, 25 right now in Hazard, 29 in Manchester, 30 in Harlan and Middlesboro, and also Jacksboro, 27 for Monticello, Somerset, and Williamsburg. At this hour, we see the numbers right now, mid-20s in the London Corbett Airport. We look at the satellite and radar right now, and we do have a couple snow showers here and there across parts of Wayne County right now, seeing this activity, and also towards the Mill Springs area, and then into parts of southern Pulaski County, McCreary County, seeing some light snow showers. We look at the day today, and generally temperatures are just going to get to right around the freezing mark, as we'll be seeing a few snow flurries here and there. But again, any kind of precipitation really is going to hold off until we get towards the overnight hours tonight and into the day tomorrow.
Flooding in Leslie County has left some communities completely cut off, with roads underwater and no way in or out. Emergency officials say they're working to reach those stranded before temperatures drop even further. High water from Buckhorn Lake left parts of Kentucky 257 impassable, stranding residents in the Dry Hill and Confluence areas. Leslie County Emergency Management Director Tony Hacker says crews are working to get supplies to those still cut off.
We're doing all we can right now. We're going to have Fish and Wildlife. We'll be using boats to deliver MREs and water down to the residents. As far as propane and generators, we may have to rely on the National Guard for that. I'm contacting and working on that right now.
Hacker says water levels are starting to drop, but it could still be several days before roads are clear and residents can safely leave their homes. The damage in Pike County is extensive. The governor toured it yesterday. He says it was hit harder than anywhere else in the state. A number of business owners along US 23 in that county are cleaning up the aftermath of the weekend's flooding. Greg Tackett owns his own auto accessory in Pike County and says mostly everything inside is a total loss. Despite the losses, he remains optimistic.
I know that we've been hit with a lot of things this year alone, just with the weather and things like that. This is our part of the world, great people, and we're going to come right back and we'll be right here.
The Pike County Judge Executive says they're setting up travel trailers to house people, and there will be water at volunteer fire stations. Leaders say their next worry is the snow. There will be warming shelters in the Big Sandy area. First responders in Floyd County were still hitting the water, performing rescues in their communities. After the weekend, officials with the Floyd County Sheriff's Office say they've been receiving calls for water rescues around the clock. With first responders from all around the region gathering in the area, Floyd County Sheriff John Hunt says the rescue efforts are all hands on deck. He says community volunteers even stepped in to help, with workers from a local business, Copperhead Guns and Range, stepping behind the wheel.
Got a lot of thought that goes into the process of putting men in the water and to rescue somebody else, and the equipment. You got to have the right equipment, and thank God. I mean, we don't have the equipment, but we had some good people here, some good Samaritans that came forward with military-style vehicles that they own them. They're personally owned, and said, use me, take my truck, you can have it.
Hunt says thanks for the help of community volunteers and others. They have saved more than 100 people since the flood began. Water levels are still higher than normal at Carr Creek Lake. The Litcar recreation area remains blocked off. At Litcar, water levels were at the roofs of the bathroom and picnic areas yesterday. James Sandlin with the emergency management team in Knott County said that the community is working together on recovering after the flooding.
My son's been out with me all weekend helping deliver water and cut trees, so everybody's doing what they do here in Knott County. Everybody's pitching in to help everybody.
In Knott County, crews were seen in the Holly Hills region cleaning up debris and mud from the parking lot and the shopping center. Just a few miles away at Floyd College, a crew was also seen cleaning up mud from the outdoor basketball courts. For residents without water, you can go to the Knott County Sportsplex. In Lee County, many people are coming to terms with just the amount of damage done by floodwaters. Lee County Search and Rescue says they helped 3 stalled cars just yesterday morning. They say roughly 50 businesses were closed yesterday. Robbie McKinney lived in Beattyville for 5 years. He is the manager of Lee County Farm Bureau Insurance. He says he rode into town on his kayak to find roughly 2 feet of water in his business.
It'll be okay. We'll get through this. We'll get it rebuilt. We've done it before, and we will do it again.
The biggest concern expressed by people who live in the area, and even a concern from Lee County Search and Rescue, is how cold this water is and how this may not even be the last of it. WYMT and our sister station WKYT are partnering with Appalachian Regional Healthcare for a flood relief drive. ARH is asking for cleaning supplies and essential things like food, water, and clothing. You can also make a monetary donation online. Between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m., you can drop off items at ARH System Center in Lexington, ARH Disaster Relief Center in Hazard, and the former Highlands ARH Cancer Center building in Prestonsburg. Mountain Comprehensive Care is providing immediate mental health support for those impacted by flooding here in the mountains. If you or a loved one is struggling, you can contact the center's 24-hour helpline at 1-800-422-1060. That line is available 24 hours each day. You can also dial the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline at 988 for immediate support. Folks in eastern Kentucky were not the only ones impacted by flooding. Many in Mingo County, West Virginia were overwhelmed by the volume of water, including in the Kermit area. West Virginia Governor Patrick Morrisey visited the Williamson Fieldhouse yesterday. The facility is acting as a shelter. Folks say they are in that area trying to help out as much as possible.
But I'll tell you what, we're down here on the ground and we're working. We're trying to help as much as possible. We've emphasized the local guys who are working very, very hard, the first responders and folks. That is, the more they're coordinating back up with us, we're going to do everything we can, use every bit of energy to be helpful.
The governor confirmed that 1 person died in West Virginia after the severe weather. He also says 50,000 water bottles were deployed to areas impacted by the flooding. A propane tank exploded in a Perry County home yesterday. The explosion occurred around noon. A resident did confirm that 2 people were injured, but both were in stable condition. The right side of the house has been completely destroyed and debris is all over the yard. Yesterday afternoon, a crew from Kentucky Power was seen at the home. One woman is facing charges after she reportedly shoplifted nearly $70 worth of items in Laurel County. The incident happened last Friday. Police were called to a Walmart in the southern part of the county near Corbin. After finding Whitney Mills, police conducted an investigation which ultimately led to her arrest. Mills was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center.
And it's another cold morning out there right now, but we are looking calm as temperatures right now are generally sitting into the 20s, 27 in Boonville, 29 for Manchester, 25 right now in Hazard, 22 in Jackson, 30 degrees right now in Harlan. We look at the satellite radar. We do have some snow showers that are trying to work into the area at the moment, but it's very light activity. Really, the most activity right now is across parts of Wayne County over towards the Monticello area into parts of southern Pulaski County and McClure County where we're seeing this activity. We look at the next 12 hours, generally temperatures only rising to about the freezing mark as we're going to have cloudy skies throughout the day and the slight chance of a snow flurry or 2.
Thank you, Ben, and thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:38, and still to come on Mountain News this morning, we'll take a look at what went wrong with another plane crash that flipped over near the Canada border.